How's it going? I'm here to show you how to replace the wheel studs. This is a 2018 Outlander, Can-Am Outlander XMR 1000R. They're not difficult. What you gotta do, you'll have to take this whole hub off. It just slides on there. That you'll have to take, to start off, you'll have to take the wheel off, take your two caliper bolts off, and then there's one axle nut down here. There's a cotter pin and an axle nut. Just blast it off with an impact or or electric impact. If you don't have that, just kind of brace that hub so you don't put all that stress on the axle and the trans when you're trying to break it loose. Then here's a trick bar. I'll flip the camera around to show you this. So, when you get it off, what holds the rotor onto the hub here is there's little screws. It's these little ones here. They go right into there. There's yellow Loctite on those. And if you just get they're a T40. I got it here on my electric impact, a T40. If you just put that on there, you will snap that. You will break that almost instantly. So what you have to do, you have to get your little propane torch out. You will have to heat up. Don't heat up the rotor. You don't want to warp it. You want to heat up the stud right there. Let me pull out a new stud. You want to heat up this part of the stud right there. Then once that's heated up, it heats up that Loctite they put in there, and you can get that screw out. Otherwise, you will break multiples of those, like I did. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and heat this up and show you they come out pretty easy. Once that's nice and good and hot, turn your torch off, turn it down. Sorry if you can't see this. There it goes. It's coming out. Now when you pull that off of there, you want to remember how that rotor's set on here. You don't want any vibration issues. Chances are you wouldn't have any problems. But you just want to remember, so I made alignment marks on it. Just put like a little line there that matches up with whatever hole you took it off of. There's your part number. That's at least for these. They fit a lot of applications. New studs, lug nuts, and it comes with those new screws. In case you couldn't get them out, you can drill them out. To replace the studs themselves, it's pretty self-explanatory. You gotta put a socket on one end, take it to a vise, or if you have a press, that's awesome. As you can see, they look to be the same to me. Let me move my thumb. They look to be the same. Guess we're gonna find out. Make sure they put them in the right boxes and all that. So I'll be right back with you guys once I have these new studs pressed in. All right, pressing out these, the full stud is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you just got this piece of square tubing back here, holds on the back of that. These are held in like there. The stud just pushes out, pushes into there. Now, you got ones that are broken like this. Obviously, you can't do that. You can't push on there. There's nothing to push on. So you have to get something that will hit right there. Hit right there. And shove it all the way through. Now, it's kind of hard to find something that'll fit in that little hole. So what I done, found this socket. It's a 1/4 inch, it's just a 7/32 socket for a 1/4 inch drive. Top's beveled pretty thin and it fits in there pretty good. This is probably not the best way to do this. If you had a press, might be a little safer. But me, this is what I got to work with here. Sorry if that camera's getting kind of blurry on you. It's going, but it's taken a lot. Little shot. You can see it was definitely broke. Got all the 4 new ones in. Ready to assemble it all back together now. And then once you got your studs all back in, go ahead, slap your rotor back on, line it up where your alignment marks were. Put your screws in. They don't need to be like outrageously tight. You know, but get them pretty snug. Just don't break them in there, of course. A lot of people, they put some of that yellow Loctite back on there. Honestly, I put NICs on them. That's just me. I haven't had an issue doing that. You get that rotor on, slide it back on here. Get your axle, we'll get that washer back on, then get your nut back on. Get the proper torque for your application. That way you don't have, you know, a wheel flying off or anything. Put your cotter pin back in, and then just put your rotor back, or your caliper back on. Bolt it down. There's 2 bolts in the back here. That one, and then that one right there. Then once all this is all back together, you can slap your wheel on, you can get back to riding.